Thank you. All right. Thanks. Let's see. Here's a story that I ripped off from the Bible. There's a story about Abraham and Isaac, where Abraham is asked to sacrifice his only son, and it's kind of a difficult position to be in. I wanted to take that story and kind of turn it into like an Appalachian murder ballad kind of thing. So that's what this is. This is called, the Ballad of Abraham and Isaac. God called to Abraham, Abraham, my son. Abraham said, here I am. What is it you want done? Said Abraham, the time has come. Go and get me your dear son. By tomorrow's setting sun, I want you to offer him up to me. Abraham, he went on home, and he sat down at his supper. Sarah asked him what he'd done. As he looked so pale and sober, he said, I ain't done nothing, that's just it. I must be dreaming or else getting sick. Think I just need to lie down quick. And he got up from the table. That night he did not sleep a wink, but he lay in his bed trying. The only thought that he could think was of his young son's lonesome dying. For his life he couldn't understand why the Lord had given him that command. Why it had to be by his own hand. He couldn't think of any reason. Next morning early he rose, well before the sun had risen, put on his hat and his morning clothes, brought along a knapsack with him. Then he stole into Isaac's room and brought him out beneath the moon. And like a corpse fresh for the tomb, Isaac went on sleeping. Said, Lord my God, I'm begging you, if ever you've been with me for what I am about to do, I hope you will forgive me. Then Isaac, who had just woken up, said, forgive you, Father, but for what? Said, son, you know I'd tell you, but myself I do not know yet. Abraham, he told his son of a journey he'd be making. Said if he chose to, he could come, though it had no destination. He said, get a mule and pack a tent, bring up some tinder and some flint. And obediently Isaac went to do just as he was bidden. Abraham, he called his son. He said, Isaac, my dear son. Isaac answered him, here I am. What is it you want done? He said, Isaac, boy, the time has come. Go and get me my Remington. It's the very best of all my guns, and offer it up to me. They rode until their shadows grew much taller than their figures. The frigid autumn evening blew leaves against dead fixtures. And when the sky turned to red, Abraham to Isaac turned his head. Gather up some wood, he said, this is where we'll build the altar. And what will be our offering? Isaac asked unto his father. A lamb to kill we didn't bring. Abe said we needn't bother. He said what we brought's gonna be just fine. Hurry up now, there ain't much time. And while Isaac went for the wood to find, Abe loaded up his rifle. Well, Isaac left and then came running back. Said, Father, please come quickly. I've spied a deer in a bramble patch. It's caught up well and thickly. Abraham said, show me where. Isaac took him, said, look, see right there. Sure enough, within a snare, a healthy deer was struggling. Abe said, Lord my God, I'm begging you, if ever you've been with me for what I am about to do, I hope you will forgive me. I don't pretend to understand why it was you gave me that command, but if I do or don't, I'm damned. This is my situation. And saying that, he raised his gun, laid his cheek against the barrel. In his sights were both his dearest son and the deer so wild and feral. For a moment he observed the scene like a man who can't decide between, who needs someone to intervene to make his decision for him. From the sky no angel came to stay his quaking finger. No spirit Abraham could name brought his hot hand to the trigger. And midst the depths of his deepest doubt, shoot, Father, Isaac shouted out. And from the woods one shot rang out, followed closely by another. Whether he first shot the deer, thinking that would be sufficient, and afterward shot his boy when he realized that it wasn't, or whether he first killed his son and then himself when he realized what he'd done, or only fired twice at the setting sun. To this day there is no telling. Thank you. All right. Well, here's a song that I wasn't going to play, but then I found out that